Miyamoto Musashi quotes. Miyamoto Musashi was one of the most legendary samurai in history, but was also a philosopher, strategist, writer, and ronin. He was well known because of his unique double-bladed swordsmanship and his undefeated record in 61 duels, almost doubling the record of the next most successful swordsman of his day. 7 days before his death, he presented his students with 2 manuscripts in which he recorded his life philosophy and counsel to help his students succeed in life. Here are some of our favorite Miyamoto Musashi quotes from those books and others attributed to him. 1. Though you give up your life, do not give up your honor. 2. The only reason a warrior is alive is to fight, and the only reason a warrior fights is to win. 3. 1,000 days of lessons for discipline, 10,000 days of lessons for mastery. 4. With your spirit open and unconstricted, look at things from a high point of view. 5. Know your enemy. Know his sword. 6. When your opponent is hurrying recklessly, you must act contrarily and keep calm. You must not be influenced by the opponent. 7. When you decide to attack, keep calm and dash in quickly, forestalling the enemy. Attack with a feeling of constantly crushing the enemy from first to last. 8. When you cannot be deceived by me, you will have realized the wisdom of strategy. 9. When you attack the enemy, your spirit must go to the extent of pulling the stakes out of a wall and using them as spears and halberds. 10. Study strategy over the years and achieve the spirit of the warrior. 11. In strategy, it is important to see distant things as if they were close, and to take a distanced view of close things. 12. In strategy, it is necessary to treat training as part of normal life, with your spirit unchanging. 13. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. 14. One must make the warrior walk his everyday walk. 15. Of course, the void does not exist. By knowing what exists, you can know that which does not exist. That is the void. 16. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. 17. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. 18. Truth is not what you want it to be. It is what it is, and you must bend to its power or live a lie. 19. Do not regret what you have done. 20. There are many ways of understanding simple things, but generally the opposite is true for difficult ideas. 21. The purpose of today's training is to defeat yesterday's understanding. 22. The important thing in strategy is to suppress the enemy's useful actions, but allow his useless actions. 23. Get beyond love and grief. Exist for the good of man. 24. Determine that today you will overcome yourself of the day before. Tomorrow you will win over those of lesser skill, and later you will win over those of greater skill. 25. To become the enemy, see yourself as the enemy of the enemy. 26. Do not let yourself be guided by the feeling of lust or love. 27. Do not let the body be dragged along by mind, nor be dragged along by the body. 28. In battle, if you make your opponent flinch, you have already won. 29. If you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. 30. Perception is strong, and sight is weak. 31. Do nothing that is of no use. 32. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. 33. It is difficult to understand the universe if you only study one planet. 34. The path that leads to truth is littered with the bodies of the ignorant. 35. The essential is to think that anything you are doing has become the occasion for slashing. You must examine this well. 36. I choose to live by choice, not by chance. 37. From one thing, know 10,000 things. 38. Perceive that which cannot be seen with the eye. 39. Immature strategy is the cause of grief. 40. If there isn't discipline, how can there be a true realization of an ideal? 41. If you do not control the enemy will control you. 42. If you do not look at things on a large scale, it will be difficult to master strategy. 43. Anyone can give up. It's the easiest thing in the world to do. But to hold it together when everyone else would understand if you fell apart, that's true strength. 44. What I call the void is where nothing exists. It is about things outside man's knowledge. 45. If you are not progressing along the true way, a slight twist in the mind can become a major twist. This must be pondered well. 46. A man cannot understand the art he is studying if he only looks for the end result without taking the time to delve deeply into the reasoning of the study. 47. It is said the warrior is the twofold way of pen and sword, and he should have a taste for both ways. 48. It is bad to repeat the same things several times when fighting the enemy. 49. Become acquainted with every art. 50. In time, all things work to your advantage when you pursue them with an open heart. 51. Step by step, walk the 1,000-mile road. 52. You can only fight the way you practice. 53. Develop intuitive judgment and understanding for everything. 54. You win battles by knowing the enemy's timing and using a timing which the enemy does not expect. 55. All men are the same except for their belief in their own selves, regardless of what others may think of them. 56. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. 57. Even if a man has no natural ability, he can become a warrior. Wise counsel from a wise man. Thank you, Miyamoto Musashi.